Good evening, beautiful friends, beautiful heart, beautiful soul, light seeker, peace lover, all students on the path of meditation. Good evening, using North Bali local time. Thanks God, the weather in Asram Avalokiteswara in the high mountain northern part of Bali is very supportive. From morning there is no rain, the sky is cloudless, a lot of sunshine. Hopefully it will become a good omen to all of you that the light which flow through me will shine some part of your inner darkness. That is the most important reason why a spiritual servant like me was born. By the time we are waiting for thousands of friends who are in the process of joining, let me refresh your memory about previous session. This evening we are going to talk about a new topic, beautiful flowers to empath, beautiful flowers to sensitive soul. The last March, when we celebrate Compassion Day here in Asram Avalokiteswara, at the day where I celebrate my birthday, there was a lot of beautiful omen here. First of all, there were a lot of rainbow. As far as I remember, 3 times rainbow during the Compassion Day, and another one beautiful rainbow after the Compassion Day. It is a good omen to all of us. If you learn about deep practice of Tantra, especially if we quote the holy teaching of Tibetan, in the moment when certain soul attain perfect enlightenment, Mother Earth will pay respect through small earthquakes. Father Sky will pay respect by the appearance of beautiful rainbow. That is explicitly written in the holy scriptures of the old Tibetan. Last month, in Compassion Day, we discussed about the beautiful power of surrender. To make the story short, because our time is short, in the moment when the logic does not help, the experience does not help, and all the resources inside does not help you to cope with the problem, remember there is still another one weapon left inside, and that beautiful weapon is perfect surrender. Surrender can be hard, it can be easy as well. It is totally depend on how small and how big the ego inside. If the ego, the selfishness is big or even huge inside, surrender will be perfectly difficult. But if you have a very small ego, then surrender will be easy. For that reason, if you feel that surrender is very, very difficult, learn to lessen your ego, like what I do here in ashram in daily practice, sweeping, mopping, removing the waste, as doing something which is considered by most people as the job of the lower people. At the same time, deeply contemplate. The original message is anicca. Anicca means impermanence. Everything keeps changing. The sad will change into glad. Bad will change into good. People who blame will change into the people who praise. The impermanence. As simple as the waste today will become beautiful flower the other day. people who hate us today will become the people who praise us another time. That is exactly how I lessen the grip of ego every day. That is my daily life practice here in ashram. In short, when anything in life cannot help you, from logic, education, experience cannot help you to cope with the problem, remember you still have another last weapon. That weapon is perfect surrender. As experienced by many beautiful souls, I myself also experienced it personally. In the moment when I experienced middle-age crisis, in the language of the famous psychologist, the dark nights of the soul, I also used the last weapon of perfect surrender. At the end, many beautiful doors are opened by the beautiful key of perfect surrender. So that's why I never tired to persuade you in the moment when logic, education, experience, and any inner resources inside cannot help you. Yeah, that is the voice of motorcycle on the street. In the moment when logic, experience, education, and any internal resources does not help you to cope with the problem, remember, you still have another last beautiful weapon. That weapon is perfect surrender. As experienced by many holy souls, I myself also experienced it personally. Many beautiful doors were opened by the beautiful key of perfect surrender. When you find difficulty in doing perfect surrender, use it as a honest feedback, as a honest mirror that your ego need to be lessened. The grip of the ego need to be lessened. That is the most beautiful tips that I suggested last month in the time of Compassion Day. Another thing, I never tired to share this beautiful message because it is extremely important. When your life is very challenging, a lot of dangerous things can attack you. Remember, the most beautiful protector in this realm is compassion. Compassion. Many dangerous things happen in my life, not only attacking me but also attacking my family and my spiritual family. Many things happen, but I don't want to talk about the negative things about the past. But the most important reason why we are safe, because we keep protecting ourselves using the spiritual shield named compassion. How to protect yourself using the spiritual shield of compassion. Always remember, we are all suffer. The rich suffer because they are afraid of losing their wealth. The poor suffer because they are worried about having no enough money. We all suffer. And the gate of compassion will be open when every time you meet everyone, think deeply how your presence can lessen the suffering of the others. That is compassion. And as long as I experience in a beautiful shield, a beautiful spiritual shield which keep protecting my life. A lot of dangers happened in my life, but the best protector is compassion. Another thing about compassion, in daily life, keep doing something kind to the others, from something small unto something big. What I do here in ashram is feeding the wild birds every day. Every day. Every day I keep feeding the wild birds. There are a couple of beautiful cats, wild cats, come here, keep protecting me every night. Every time I have lunch, they come. I share some part of my food to them. That is another aspect of meditation. So that's why it is explicitly written in the holy book of the Tantra. If you are full of compassion in daily life, in all directions there is protector. In all directions there is protector. That is the message to all of you. First of all, to protect yourself with the spiritual shield of compassion. Secondly, remember, when all the inner resources from experience and education do not help, remember you still have the last beautiful weapon, and that last beautiful weapon is perfect surrender. Excuse me. Now we are already entering 18 minutes past 6 o'clock p.m. Bali time. Before we are going to discuss about beautiful flowers to empath, now we will spend less than 5 minutes to meditate, just to make your mind clean and clear. It is easier to understand the holy messages if your mind is clean and clear. Cross your leg, make your head and back straight but relaxed. Your wings not too open, not too close, simply natural. The positions of your hand, totally up to you. Open a little bit your eyes. As I keep sharing to all of you, from one guided meditation to another guided meditation, the innermost core of meditation is to take a perfect rest. Take a perfect rest, touching soul. Take a perfect rest. Rest from any kind of inner conflict and inner critic. To put the idea simple, imagine your mind is like space. The space that provides place to anything and anyone to grow. Your mind is like space. Any bad and good memory can come and go. Any thoughts, any emotion can come and go. You simply give them space. And the most important thing, remember to smile. To make your mind perfectly rest, remember to feel the gap between two breaths. Between in-breath and out-breath, there is a gap. Between out-breath and in-breath, there is a gap. The mind can jump into the past, can jump into the future, without any guilty feeling, without punishing yourself. Softly bring the mind to the gap between two breaths. At the same time, Remember to imagine that your mind is like space. Anything negative and positive can come and go. You simply smile. After smile, remember to fill the gap between two breaths. If you need the mantra, remember the beautiful mantra. Acknowledge the wave, stay with the ocean. Even in the stage of gamma wave of the brain, the stage of the enlightenment, there is still wave. But keep in the heart, you are no longer the wave, you are now the ocean. That is the meaning of beautiful mantra. Acknowledge the wave, stay with the ocean. As dolphin is beautiful by being dolphin, butterfly is beautiful by being butterfly, you are beautiful as you are. Fill the gap between two breaths. Here in Ashram Avalokiteswara, we hear the voice of the car horns. Give it space. Anything can happen in your place, from numbness until peace of mind, from the karaoke songs of your neighbor until the sounds of firecracker. Give them space. Smile. Remember to fill the gap between two breaths. Beautiful and close friends in the spiritual family of compassion, please do namaskar. There are beautiful energy coming out from Ashram Avalokiteswara in the place where I live in the high mountain northern part of Bali. I keep sending to all of you, please do namaskar. As soon as you are ready to open your eyes, remember to whisper deep into your soul the beautiful mantra of Aham Prema, meaning I am love, who is here to share love. Aham Prema, Aham Prema, Aham Prema. Thank you very much, beautiful heart, beautiful soul, beautiful friends, wherever you are. For joining our guided meditation. Now we are going to discuss about the beautiful flowers to empath. Hopefully it will bring beautiful light to the inner darkness of many empaths here on earth. In our cycle of time is very unique. According to worldwide research, 1 out of 5 people are empaths. Empaths mean the sensitive soul. They can easily hurt it, they can easily harm. And the empath is extreme. Most of the people who are affected by both physical and mental illness mostly come from the empath. At the same time, in our cycle of time, all bringers of the down come from the empath. His Holiness the Great Dalai Lama, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, and all bringers of the down in our His Holiness Thich Nhat Hanh, Ram Das, all bringers of the down in our cycle of times come from the empath. My message to all of you, the empath, the sensitive soul, if you are skillful to take good care of your sensitivity, you can transform your sensitivity into beautiful seeds of light. If you are unskillful, then your sensitivity can be dangerous. It can give birth to both physical and mental illness. Now let me equip all of you, the sensitive souls, the empath, with some of skillful means just to make sure that you can transform your inner sensitivity into the beautiful spiritual light. We are going to discuss four chapters. The first chapter is dangerous zones of empath, which I am suggesting to you to be avoided. Dangerous zone for the empath. The second chapter is the inner energy inside, the inner energy which invite the coming of danger. The third chapter, the soul nutrition for empath. The last ones, the beautiful home of the empath. 4 chapters. Now we are entering the first chapter, the dangerous zones of empath. In this samsaric realm, every being has their own dangerous zone. If you force the fish to fly on air, the fish will be in danger. If you force the birds to keep swimming on the ocean, the birds will be in danger. In the same way, if the empath, the sensitive soul, keep growing in the environment where there are too many narcissists and energy vampires, you are in danger. Please let me repeat once again, this is very important, just to protect your soul growth. Then, if you force fish to fly on air, the fish will be in danger. If you force birds to swim in the ocean, the birds will be in danger. In the same way, if the sensitive soul, the empath like you, keep growing in the environment where there are too many narcissists and energy vampires, your soul journey will be in danger. So that's why be sensitive. Every time you meet the narcissist and the energy vampire, stay away politely. As long as you are polite, it is okay. What I mean by the narcissist is like the cow in the middle of the glasses. They keep speaking talking and acting, and they do not know that they harm the others. They do not understand that their words and action keep hurting the others. That is the narcissist. Thanks God, the number of narcissists is not too many. But be careful whenever you meet someone who is like the cow in the middle of glasses. They keep speaking and acting. They do not know that their speech are impolite. They do not understand that their speech and action harm the others. That is the narcissist. What I mean energy vampire is simple. The person who can make you easily tired, the person who can make easily angry, deeply disturbed inside. That is energy vampire. Be careful. One of the important messages that you should remember, the sensitive soul, the empath like you, love to be kind every day. That is one of the important characteristics of sensitive soul, being kind every day. But please remember, being kind does not mean saying yes all the time. Being kind does not mean saying yes all the time. Sometimes being kind also means saying no to the others, especially saying no politely to both narcissist and energy vampire, just to make sure you do not grow in the dangerous zone. How to feel the dangerous zone? I keep writing in social media this message. Trust the vibe, energy never lie. Remember, I keep writing in social media. Trust the vibe, energy never lie. When you come to the certain house, the certain office or certain environment where you feel insecure, imbalanced, something uncomfortable inside, that is the vibe. If that happens, be careful in making any comment. Be careful in raising the question. If you are not sure, close your mouth using beautiful smile. That is the important way to protect yourself from dangerous zone. Just in the case the environment you feel joyful, happy, you are totally safe there, it is okay to join with the joy of the others. You can share the laughter, the funny story about yourself, it's okay. Be careful. Remember, trust the vibe because energy never lies. Listen to your emotion. Your emotion, your feeling is as valid as your logic. It is as valid as your logic. That is the first chapter, the dangerous zone of the empath. Please stay away politely from the narcissist and energy vampire. It is unhealthy to your soul growth, the soul growth of sensitive soul. Now we enter the second chapter, the inner energy that invite the coming of the danger. There are some combination in the life of empath which can invite the coming of the danger. The first combination, which is very dangerous to the sensitive soul, the unsensitive lips meeting the sensitive ears, meaning the way you speak is unsensitive. You do not know that your words harm the others. That is unsensitive lips. At the same time, you have a sensitive ears. That is a dangerous combination. I myself experienced it many times in young age. It will invite the coming a lot of dangerous attack from the others. Please be careful. The dangerous combination between unsensitive lips and the sensitive ears. How to heal yourself. As soon as you feel insecure, uncomfortable, be careful to speak, because your speech will invite the coming of someone else's attack. That is the first dangerous combination. The second dangerous combination is the combination between hard left-brainer. You are too logic, you are too systematic, you like to debate the others. At the same time, you are easily hurted. That is dangerous. I myself also experienced a lot of danger in young age because of this dangerous combination. Since I was educated in the West, especially because I was graduated from one of university in the northern part of England, I was left-brainer in young age. I love to discuss, dialogue, sometimes debate with the others. But at the same time, since I'm an empath, my heart can easily be hurted. Dangerous combination. Hard left-brainer with sensitive heart. Dangerous combination. The last combination which is dangerous to the empath, to the sensitive soul, you have a strong energy to receive. You only want to be listened, but you don't want to listen. That's dangerous. You only want to receive from someone else, but you do not want to give. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. That is the third inner energy which invite the coming of danger. Let me repeat once again. There are three inner energy inside which invite the coming of external danger. First of all, unsensitive lips combined with sensitive ears. The second one, hard left-brainer, debating, very logic combined with easily hurted heart. The third one, you have a very strong energy to receive. You only want to listen. You only want to be listened, but you do not want to listen. You only want to receive, but you do not want to give. That is dangerous. That is the second chapter about inner energy invite the coming of external danger. Now we are entering the third chapter, the soul nutrition for the empath. I myself is an empath, my wife also an empath. Thanks God we both are safe in old age, because there are many empaths which are unsafe in old age, affected by many kind of illness. But thanks God, me and my wife is healthy enough, because we keep make our soul journey well nice. Now we are entering the third chapter, the soul nutrition for the empath. The first nutrition for the empath is healthy inner conversation. Inner conversation is the longest conversation in the human life. Like this evening, you may also meet me 1 hour, but you meet yourself 24 hours a day, from childhood until now. Without being realized by many people, we keep talking inside. We do inner conversation. That's why in the psychology, there are psychologists whose specialty is inner conversation. And they make conclusion, beautiful conclusion. Inner conversation is the most influential conversation, because that is the longest conversation. To make your soul journey healthier, every time you talk to yourself, make sure that your inner conversation water the seeds of gratitude. Leave behind any kind of inner conversation which does not water your inner seeds of gratitude. For example, how stupid I am. I can make such kind of small mistake, that is inner conversation that can steal the seeds of gratitude. What was my mistake? I have such kind of unmature parents. That is the inner conversation which steal the seeds of gratitude. The kind of inner conversation which I keep doing to myself. Thanks God, a beautiful sunshine in the morning. Thanks God, I can open my eyes. Thanks God, I can have beautiful lungs. Thanks God, I can have a beautiful garden. In the West, when I was young, I read a beautiful message like this. If you have garden and library in old age, you are rich. Thanks God. Now I am old enough that I am rich according to this measurement. Not being rich because of having many money. No. Not because of having much money. No. I am rich because having two things. First, I have two libraries here. The second one, I have beautiful garden. Library is my brain. Library make my brain well nourished. Garden make my heart well nourished. That is inner conversation that I keep doing here in ashram. If you have both garden and library in old age, you are rich. First, soul nutrition for the empath. Make sure that your inner conversation, the longest conversation in the human life, is the inner conversation which water the seeds of gratitude. The second one, the second soul nutrition for the empath. Dr. Rudy Tansi, the author of Super Brain, the famous neuroscientist from Harvard University, is true in this case. Learn to be a master of the brain, not to be a servant to the brain. That's correct. The problem with people who committed a lot of violence, they become the servant of the brain, particularly the hard left brain. The violence happened in all religions. In all religions, there was violence. But actually, if you deeply study the violence in all religions, nothing to do with religion, but something to do with people have an old habit to serve the brain. Anything that comes from the left brain, actually, they transform it into words and dangerous action. So that's why the second nutrition for the empath. Be the master of your brain, not being the servant of your brain. How to be the master of your brain? Every time you think that your left brain is too strong, logic, systematic debating, try to balance your left brain using the right and softer brain. When it comes to the thing that you fully understand, you can use your left brain. When it comes to the things that you do not understand, use the right brain. Be humble. It is okay to be a good listener. There is no one who is clever in every field. No one. Every person is clever in one side but stupid on the other side. When it comes to spiritual life, I am the teacher. But when it comes to manage the garden, taking good care of the garden, my wife is the expert. I keep listening what she can do to do it. Be balanced between left and right brain. The third soul nutrition for the empath, the third and the last soul nutrition, before your age, before 40 years old age, you may have the hard definitions about success because the body is still young and strong before 40 years old. What I mean by hard definition of success is success first, then gratitude. I did it myself. When my age was before 30, I keep concentrating how to fulfill my desire, how to make my dream come true. Before 40 years old, at that time my body was strong enough. I keep traveling from one city to another city in Indonesia, every week traveling. Just stay at home around 2 or 3 days in a week. The rest just keep traveling, teaching from one company to another company in Indonesia, sometimes abroad. My body was still strong before 40 years. The definition of success, success first, then gratitude. But as you grow older than 40 years old, change the definition. Gratitude first, then success. The first definition of success, success first, gratitude then, it invited a lot of dangerous energy. I myself experienced it personally. In the age of 38 years, 40 minus 2, I was a CEO in a large corporation, managing corporation with 1,000 employees. A lot of dangerous energy come. It was for the first time within 1 year, my body was hospitalized 5 times. I came into ICU in one of international hospital in Jakarta. After years, I keep contemplating what happened. Oh, if your definitions about success is success first, gratitude then, a lot of dangerous energy come to you. People keep competing to you, keep attacking. Some others even try to kill you because it is dangerous definition about success. It is enough for the younger generation when your age below 40. Success first, then gratitude. Since I was hospitalized 5 times in a year, I learned a lot. After 40 years, I changed the definition of success. It is not success first, but gratitude first. If the definitions about the success is gratitude first, success then, it does not invite the coming of dangerous negative energy. That is the third soul nutrition for the empath. Now we enter the last chapter, the beautiful home of the empath, the beautiful home of the empath. What I mean by the beautiful home of the empath is the solitude which giving birth to inner contentment. That is the most beautiful home of the empath. The solitude which giving birth to the inner contentment. How to have such kind of beautiful home inside? Remember to be well connected to the divine within. That is the beautiful fact, rediscovering the most beautiful home inside. Learn to be well connected to the divine. If you love mantra, I give you the mantra this evening. The first mantra, acknowledge the wave, stay with the ocean. No matter how deep you meditate, there is still wave inside your brain. Even in the stage of the enlightened, the gamma wave, there is still wave. But remember, there is still wave, sad, glad, sorrow, joy, pain, pleasure. But remember, you are no longer the wave, you are now the ocean. That is the first mantra to make yourself well connected to the divine within. The second mantra, I found it myself 2 or 3 days ago. 2 or 3 days ago, certain dark energy come to me, disturb my emotion, disturb my mind. Suddenly there is a beautiful mantra come out from my heart. Whatever you are, whoever you are, let me give you my most beautiful smile. And the dark energy gone. Let me repeat again, it's a beautiful mantra. Whenever certain dark energy visit you, like bad memory, anger, suddenly without any reason, please whisper this mantra to the dark energy that visit you. Whatever you are, whoever you are, let me give you my most beautiful smile. And they are gone. That is the way to be well connected to the divine within, in order to rediscover the most beautiful home of the empath, which is solitude, giving birth to the inner contentment. Just in case some of you are younger generation, which is in the process of looking for the job, this is the job which is suitable to the empath, the sensitive soul. Less interaction, but more contemplation. That is the first characteristic of the job which is suitable to the sensitive soul like you. Less interaction, but more contemplation. Second one, less outer conversation, but more inner innovation. The third one, choose the job that make your life much more balanced. If in the school time you spend most of your time outside, find a job which make you stay mostly inside. If in the school time you keep talking to the others, find the job which is less outer conversation. Because balance is like the light that you bring to the darkness. As soon as you bring light to the darkness will disappear. In the same way, as soon as your life is perfectly balanced, any kind of illness and imbalances will run away. That is the whole story about beautiful flowers of empath. Hopefully, some light which flows through me will dispel some part of your inner darkness, and this message will be saved here in internet. Hopefully, it will dispel countless darkness in countless time. Thank you, beautiful heart, beautiful soul, beautiful friends, light seeker, peace lover, students on the path of meditation. Thank you anyway for joining our conversation this evening around 1 hour. Hopefully it will benefit your soul journey. It is scheduled next month we are going to meet again. Next month, on the month of May, we are going to meet 2 days. On April, we just meet 1 day. On the month of May, we are going to meet 2 days. Thank you anyway. Let me pray to all of you. Hopefully my prayer, my chanting will give energy of healing, happiness and peace to all of you. Let me pray to you just a few seconds. Om Shanti Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace in the lower, peace in the middle, peace in the upper realm. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.